All right, sounds good. Good morning to all. Good morning to all. Welcome back to another Talking with Zion episode. We're just on the last episode with Beyond the Scoreboard. I just came in last minute to take a little bit, but now you guys got me here for the full rant, for the full breakdown. Hope everyone had a safe, fun Halloween weekend. Hope everybody enjoyed it. Congrats to the women's basketball for Iona. Got their first W in the MAC. One of many to come. Fun weekend for everybody but me. It was a fun Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Terrible Sunday. We're gonna get into that. Before I get into that, baseball, many opt outs. Cody Bellinger officially opt out. Edwin Diaz opted out. For the Yankees, I wonder what they're gonna do in terms of going out to get an outfielder. I don't know if they're gonna re-sign Cody Bellinger. He took everything Yankee off his bio. Seems like he's gonna go another direction. I wonder if they go after Tucker. Tucker may go to LA. Dodgers are like a monopoly. They're getting everybody. Hope the Yankees win that bidding war and get Tucker. I probably doubt it. Mets opted out Diaz. I don't know if this is a knee issue, but I think they re-signed him back. I think Steve Cohen is not going to let his closer go away, especially with a bullpen that's so depleted like they were this season. The Knicks are looking good. They're back. Mike Brown. They hit a little rough patch, but they came back beating the Bulls. They're playing a steady game. I like Mike Brown, how the way the offense is flowing now. I think he's putting a new system, so he's still figuring out how to work guys in, mix and match. But the rotations are looking good now. I'm pretty stoked on how it is. I think this team 50 wins, round 50 to 53. I think they're gonna go deep into the playoffs. Hopefully NBA Finals bound because this team is legit. They're real. The Islanders look so great. A team that went 0-3 and started off 0-3 and hit a rough patch, and I thought season was over. They're back. Matthew Barzal, Matthew Schaefer. These are guys that are contributing. Matthew Schaefer for being to be my age and dropping multiple points in a hockey game. He's a phenomenon. First overall pick, and he couldn't be any better. Crowd loves him. The island loves him. The way he's playing the game, he's scoring, he's defending, he's passing, he's doing it all. Now, so to town, the New York Football Giants. Before I get to the Giants, congrats on the Jets, man. First, they got their first win against the Bengals. They had a bye week. Well rested. Aaron Glenn needed that one. Now the Giants. I cannot fathom on how terrible this team is. This team on Sunday, 24 days ago, I spoke here. No, actually 22 days ago, I spoke here. Giants were beating the Eagles in MetLife for the first time in God knows how many years. I was pumped. I was excited. I was great. It was great. This team now has lost 3 in a row. They're losing in ugly fashion. They're not playing great football. The way they're playing football makes me want to poke my eyes out. They're bad all around. The greatest spot they have right now is quarterback. Finally, this team has a quarterback, and they're not going into the draft for the quarterback. Problem. But this team has 99 problems. Quarterback isn't one. The GM stinks. Brian Dable has to go. Offensive coordinator Mike Kafka has to go. The defensive coordinator Shane Bowen. I think Shane Bowen's problem, I just don't know what to say about him. I have so many words on here that I can't even say in front of the camera. The best word I could say right now is he's moronic. The elevator does not go all the way up with him. You have running back Christian McCaffrey, hasn't been him all year. They haven't used him. They're gonna use him against you guys. Mac Jones is not passing against this pass rush. CMC had his best game of the season against us. He ran for, I believe, like 106 yards. He got a rushing touchdown, got a receiving touchdown. Mac Jones went 14 for 14 passing. He cannot scheme up a defense to save his life. Whose fault is this? Brian Dable's. Brian Dable ran Wink Martindale out of town. He's in Michigan now cooking. And now look at the crop that you have. You have Shane Bowen, who can't stop a nosebleed to save his life. And now look lost in ugly fashion. You lost to the Broncos in ugly fashion. Broncos loss wasn't all on Shane Bowen. It was on Brian Dable. You played way too conservative with the clock. Waste the clock. Chew the clock. It doesn't matter. Chew it. You have running backs. Run the ball. Run the ball. Jackson Dart, run the ball. No, you're going for passes, screen passes, this, that, trying to get cutesy. Look, you're losing games. Shane Bowen, he's just lost to so many. This coaching staff has lost to so many games. The Giants rank, and I dislike using hypotheticals and what ifs. Because like Bill Parcells says, your record is what you are. But the Giants should, no joke, be one game back, four and five. They should be right there competing, but no. Instead, they're 2-7 for the fourth year straight under the Brian Dable, Joe Schoen regime. Now, I'm hearing reports from like newspapers and Giants reporters that the Giants ownership is gonna fire one and keep the other. Both have to go because everything you do in life has a domino effect. Coaches got hired because of the general manager. The players that are out there are not succeeding because of the coaches. But the players that are out there aren't fitting the scheme because who acquired all of them? The general manager. That's how the cookie crumbles in sports. It's like a business. So Deonte Banks, that man is one of the worst cornerbacks I've ever seen. I'd rather pick up for somebody who works a 9 to 5 from the street to play cornerback for the Giants. Because Deonte Banks, he got stiff-armed. He lets up yards. 2 picks he's dropped it. He's no good. Darius Slayton, it baffles me, Darius Slayton. Because number one, you're getting paid $18 million. So I can give you 18 million reasons why you should catch the ball. But no, he has butterfingers on his hands. 2, you are the so-called captain of the team. You cannot be soft and have a soft mentality in New York. He retweeted somebody's post, I think like 2 weeks ago. And somebody was like, oh, Jackson doesn't have receivers, doesn't have playmakers. Slayton was like, oh, we got playmakers. You are not a playmaker. You are not a playmaker. You dropped so many balls. Jackson Dart threw him a ball that he had in his hands. He took 3 steps, let it drop right in front of him. Darius Slayton, I want to refrain from using this word. He is a scrub. He's not good. He's not good. There's no way to even put it like that. He's not good. And his drops just are baffling because, like, they're right in your hand. Catch it. The football rule is if it hits your fingertips, it's catchable. Catch it. That's been his problem all his Giant tenure. But Joe Schoen said, you know what? I'm going to reward you. I'm going to pay you 3 years, $36 million. Because that's what we do. He gives away money like that. Joe Schoen has an equal fault. I don't want it. Joe Schoen gets as much credit for players that fall into his lap. I cannot give you credit for picking Malik Neighbors. Malik Neighbors fell into your lap at 5. He was a top 5 overall pick, top 6. I expect his production. You didn't do nothing out of the ordinary. I could give you credit for picking Dart, and not even that because you didn't want Dart. Brian Dable wanted Dart. So you can't even get credit for picking the quarterback. That was Brian Dable's guy. You gave a 3rd-round pick, sure, but that was Brian Dable's guy. Evan Neal, I won't fault you for. Evan Neal was just a failure. Failure of a player, failure of a human being. Because the way he spoke about fans was disgusting. And to be a 3rd, a 4th overall pick and not contribute, a 7th overall pick, and not contribute was insane. He's now a healthy and inactive. I think the Giants trade him today, and I hope they get a bag of chips in return for him. At least I pray, if he's even worth that. This team is they're just bad. Jackson Dart tries his best, and it's like, what more can he do? Tracy's solid, but what more can Tyron Tracy do? The O-line is actually good. The first time in forever, I could say Giants O-line is solid. Marcus Mumbo, solid. Andrew Thomas, solid. The inside guard, solid. John Michael Smith, he's man, like he's hit or miss, but for the most part, he's not losing you games. So I don't mind it. I really don't. He's not losing you games, so it's fine. It's whatever. But this defense, I mean, Abdul Carter, fine. He's getting pressures. Brian Burns is your defensive player of the year. Dexter Lawrence, he's getting double teamed, but he's playing out of position thanks to Shane Bowen. So you're not playing at your best. You're playing out of position thanks to your defensive coordinator. I can't blame Dexter. The linebackers, the secondary. I mean, I just don't know. Cordell Flott was a great pick, but that was a great pick. Andrew Phillips, he's okay. He's okay when for tackling. He's okay when the ball is right in front of him. Any ball that's 15 yards out, he's not stopping it. So he's meh. Adebo's okay, but you always know he was injury prone, and now look, he's hurt. So you're starting Deonte Banks. And you're starting Deonte Banks because that's who you drafted to be a first-round cornerback. And Adebo is getting paid $48 million that you wouldn't have paid him if Banks did his job, but you're paying him that money. So it all correlates. Giants are so damn bad. Special teams is also losing them games thanks to Joe Schoen. Graham Gano. Oh my God. Graham Gano. He has costed the Giants at least 6 games this year. This year, last year, the year before. Next year, I'm going to be a sophomore here. And I'm going to be pulling the little hair that I have, saying Graham Gano just cost the Giants another game. Because he misses field goals. He's always hurt. Like, it's pretty insane how astronomically bad you are, and you only have one job. Your one job is to kick field goals, kick PATs. You can't do that. So his replacement, Joe Schoen said, you know what, we're going to replace you with somebody who couldn't make the Rutgers football team. Rutgers football team is one of the worst football teams in the country. They're not good. They're not even ranked. So the starting kicker on that team is not a Giant. The backup kicker was a Giant. We signed him. He's terrible. Terrible. He cost you the Broncos game along with Shane Bowen. I mean, it's bad. It's frustrating. I don't know what to say. My solution to all this is very simple. John Mara, you do it again. You fire everybody till you get it right. Fire everybody till you get it right. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. You did it with Jerry Reese after 2 Super Bowls. You did it with Dave Gettleman, who was worse than Joe Schoen. Do it to Joe Schoen. It's fine. They got you your quarterback. You say thank you very much. You say good luck with the rest of your ventures. You let both of them go out. You hire a president of football operations. Let them run the team. I think John Mara, you're at that age. Sit back, relax. Don't do it, Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones is trying to be active. He's trying to do too many stuff. It's okay to not, put more pressure and overload your management. Hire a president of football operations that knows what he's doing, that is competent, that's not incompetent like Joe Schoen and CO. I know it's gonna hurt you, John Mara. Fire your son or nephew, Chris Mara. He has no idea what he's doing. This is not a family business. This is a football team. Fire him. Fire Tim McDonald. Tim McDonald can't evaluate players to save his life. He can't evaluate a menu in a restaurant either. Doesn't know jack squat. Fire them. Get people who know what they're doing, who have football IQ, who've been in the game, who've been in the industry, who know what they're doing, who are not your family members that you're appointing. Let them run the team. Let them do the general management hiring process. Get a general manager that knows what he's doing. So then hire the coaches and hire the head coach that will best elevate this team, and then let the coach hire his coordinators. Because Brian Dable's a great coach for Dart. This is not the New York Darts. This is the New York Giants. And as much as Jackson Dart's balling out, Jackson Dart is so good, he'll ball out with any coach. He doesn't need Brian Dable. Brian Dable needs Dart more than Dart needs Dable. Dart for Dable is saving his job. What Dart is doing for Dable is making him look good. So when he goes to an interview, he could be like, well, you look at what Jackson Dart is doing, that's me. The same way the Giants gave him the job because Brian Dable came in and said, oh, look at what I'm doing with Josh Allen. I developed Josh Allen. I developed him. And look, Josh Allen is doing the same thing Josh Allen is doing because he's Josh Allen. He doesn't need you, Brian Dable. He's an MVP no matter what. He's going to do the same thing to the next team with Dart. Oh, I developed Dart. I did Dart this. No, you didn't. Dart's been a baller. Dart's been a baller. You don't do that. That's the reason why you traded up and got him, because you know he's a baller. Now, if you would have done this with Dylan Gabriel on the Browns, who stinks, or you would have done this with Shedeur Sanders, who cries like a baby, Sure, I would have got you that. I would have gave you the credit. But no, you did it with Jackson Dart, who was already an established baller. Doesn't really make sense. Speaking of crying babies, World Series already over. Baseball's in free agency. The Blue Jays lose. It was a pleasure to see Vladdy cry, to be honest. I'm gonna talk to you out full honesty as a Yankee fan. Can't stand Vlad, can't stand the Blue Jays. Seeing him have that meltdown made my night, made my week. All this crap he spoke about the Yankees, all this crap he did about his father, about his father, this, that. It's been transparent for a while with Vladdy and the Yankees. He balled out. I'm not gonna say that he's whack. He's great, a great baseball player. I think he's too busy running his mouth, and it costed him because now look, Dodgers beat you in your own home stadium and you could have won this game multiple times. You could have won the series multiple times. You could point out many plays that they could have won. But, like I just said 5 minutes ago, should have, could have, would have. You know what I'm saying? Hypotheticals, I don't do those. So, hit the drawing board next year. Toronto has hit its peak, though. I don't think Toronto goes back to the World Series or the AL Championship Series. Like, Seattle was a few outs away from beating them. They just put the manager slept on the bench. Like, he didn't put his best reliever. And then the Yankees were just terrible hitting. Like, that was just astronomically bad. But I just don't think what Toronto did was a lot of, like, you could say luck. Like, their 7, 8, and 9 batters were hitting greatly, but those numbers aren't sustainable. Like, Ernie Clement, Andre Jimenez, these guys aren't hitting above 250 next year. It's just not gonna happen. George Springer, I mean, you need him healthy. He was like 50% at the end. Like, you need him durable. Like Bo Bichette, he's a free agent. Are you even gonna sign him back? So it's so many stuff where it's like, okay, yeah, Toronto did that. Is it sustainable? Is it gonna happen again? I don't think so. I really don't. I think the AL East is Yankees and Boston to fight for, to be honest. Like the wild card we saw this year probably is the ALCS next year, or ALDS at least. I think Seattle will still be in it. I think Seattle will still be in it. Cleveland's gonna get in it just so that the division that they play in, like they play in a weak division. But I just don't see Toronto doing that, to be honest. I don't really like the way their organization, like development in the terms of like how they work in free agency. I just don't like, and I just wonder what they're gonna do. Like signing Max Scherzer, he said he's not retiring. Are you gonna sign him back? Like Chris Bassett, are you gonna ink him? Like, are you gonna sign him? You got Jeff Hoffman, who's terrible. I said it all year. Jeff Hoffman's gonna blow Toronto the game, and look what he did to Miguel Rojas. 9th inning, blew it. I mean, the guy's not good. So, this is coming from an honest view. I don't see Toronto doing it. I think they hit their peak for now. I could be wrong. They probably go all in because they got Vladdy inked for like 15 more years. But it all depends. Sunday was a great game. That 4:00 slate, Buffalo and Kansas City. That's probably like the AFC Championship game. That was a game that I actually like to see. That was a great game. It was like they were in it to the end. Mahomes played actually his worst game, but man, the Buffalo Bills are rolling. Like they're actually like pretty. Like I think they made the Super Bowl this year. They're rolling. They're steamrolling. They're good. James Cook, Josh Allen, that defense. Joey Bosa, man, he played lights out. He did his thing. The way he pressured and got to Mahomes, I think was great. That's what they got to keep on doing, and they're gonna go far. They go as far as their defense and coaching takes them. I'm not a huge Sean McDermott fan. I think if they don't make the Super Bowl this year, Sean McDermott should be on the hot seat, fired. But it's a to be determined. You know what I'm saying? They're playing great. Let's see what they do. That's really all for this show. Hopefully, some trade deadline news happens, and next week we talk about it. Hopefully, Giants don't make a move because I hope they fire the general manager. So the mess he made in his bed, let him lay in it. This is what happens when badly allocate your resources, you should pay the price. Stupid stuff wins stupid prizes. So this is your stupid prize, man. Lay in it. Pray to the man up above that this gets resolved because you made this mess yourself, Joe Shane. Nobody did this but you. So hopefully, they trade Evan Neal, they trade Deonte Banks, they trade as much as they can, and let the new general manager and the coach do their thing. Hopefully, the Giants play next week. Chicago's gonna wipe the floor with them. They're gonna beat us by like 15. I'm telling you, Giants aren't stopping Caleb Williams and Ben Johnson and company. They couldn't stop Bo Nix. They couldn't stop none of these guys. They're not stopping Chicago Bears. It is what it is. It's all right though. I understand the season's already been over. I'm chill with that. So thank you all for watching. Election day, go out there, vote. I'm saying, hit the lines. Catch ya out.